Here we are. Look at us. Yes. Welcome to the Red
Sorry, I gave
Masquerade,
him
everyone.
sugar.
Yes. Well,
Hello.
yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to dying to the final episode of the Red Masquerade for now. And I'm actually very excited about this. So we have some pretty awesome people. I will say you will notice that Allie is not with us tonight. They're ill, but we love them. We love them and
Yeah,
we care. We hope
my
that they
poor
feel
fuzzy.
better as
Hmm.
soon as possible.
Love
But we
you,
didn't
Allie. Miss you.
we
Yeah.
didn't want you all. Allie says that we proceed unabated. We just swim out with a
Without
wild surmise of what nonsense might happen. So um
without the aid of our fighty lady.
yes. How about this? How about we go down the line? Everyone can do a quick tell us who you are, who your character is. We'll say what projects we're working on till the end, and then I'll do a quick recap of everything that's happened so far, and then we can get into it after that. Um, let's start. We'll go right to left. So let's start with Gideon. Tell us about who Gideon is.
Uh, Gideon is the tech person, or one of the two tech people. He will probably build the stuff and try to blow something up, but we'll find out.
Yes.
Hi. It's me. I'm the problem. Yeah. So I'm Anne. I play Slipstream, Trixie, our hacker who prefers to be on the net rather than meet space. So that's where we're at tonight.
Hello. I am Ina Coffin. I will be playing Barbara Yaga, the Sarina, and she just found out some really crazy stuff about, who she is and who she was. So that's super interesting. And you get to hear me talk like this for a few hours.
Yes. So, uh, and of course, I'm Alec Azzam. I'll be the GM tonight. So, as a recap, because it's been a couple weeks, we took some time off, but we're back for this finale. But in the rain-slick, neon-lit streets of Night City, um, this coterie of vampires is has been tasked by the Prince of Night City, Morgan Blackhand, an infamous solo who has been missing for well, for about going on 25 years and 22-ish years now. But of course, he has been a kindred. Now, a message was received that some mysterious corporation has the identity of every vampire in Night City and seeks to unveil it to the world, peeling back the masquerade for all time, essentially starting a new inquisition that could spell the doom of countless vampires across the world, but all of the people that would be caught in the crossfire. This would be a catastrophe. Doing a bit of clever research, hacking, following different signals, you tracked to a warehouse where a signal had gone out. Fought your way through a cyber psycho and a few other guards. Found through the net some data packs of information that led to a relay at Night City University. But you also received a message from the CEO of the Halcyon Days Corporation, who revealed himself to be not only the mad monk Grigory Rasputin, a man many credit with being responsible for the ultimate downfall of the Tsar, but also who claimed to be the father of our own Baba Yaga, though perhaps in a kindred sense, most likely. Now, before we get into the actual campaign itself, I do want to say that as a setting and content warning, this is a combination of both Vampire the Masquerade and Cyberpunk RED. Both settings have very adult themes, dystopian futures. Um, this will feature cybernetic augmentation, blood, potential gore. Um, you should know that this stream um, and Cyberpunk and Vampire the Masquerade have dark, heavy subject matter, so if it makes you comfortable, it, we we love you. It's okay. You do not have to subject yourself just because we're doing this. But if you are down for the ride, this is going to be a very intense one as we wrap up here. Now, as we drop back in, Gideon had just spoken to Minerva, someone at Night City University that you know very well, who looks to be on the brink of death. Beyond their beaten and bloodied body, they eke out that they have made a mistake, and the call is cut short. After Rasputin's taunting, all of you are left on this bus to figure out your next move. What would you all like to do?
We need to get prepared first off, because I don't see this not becoming a fight. Is there anybody that you guys know that could perhaps get us gear?
I probably know people.
Yeah, I would say for Barbara Yaga, I'll tell you what, make a streetwise check.
Let's see. What is that one under?
Social. Okay, so we got an 18 there. You think of the context that you know across the city, and you don't know anyone with halcyon days. The only people you know with connections to Night City University, frankly, are going to be um, Gideon and Kitty. However, you do know a fixer, a gun runner. It's actually a combination of two that they work as a pair. There is um, there's High Road, a fixer, who's down actually probably just a few blocks from Night City University downtown, and there is their partner Cough Drop, who is a gun runner who specializes in explosives and military grade hardware.
That seems more like it. I will call over to them.
Okay.
See if we can just go over to there.
Sending a message over to High Road, you get a quick ping back like, "Hey, sure, Chum, just come on by. I got time for you." You know what I mean?
Always. But also, I'm going to need some explosives and stuff.
Hey, you will definitely see fireworks when you see me, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got explosives. Come on over.
We'll be there soon.
Okay.
We just assume Kitty drives the bus because
Yeah.
none of us can drive.
Nobody. Oh, I kind of drive, but not as good as her. But yeah,
The drive across.
Gideon goes 5 miles under the speed limit.
yeah. I'm the protective one. That's just like, fuck you, assholes. I'm gonna drive the speed limit.
the the drive across the city. And keep in mind, this is Halloween night in Night City, which really now invites a wild subsect of people who really go all out. When a costume can be as simple as like, oh, I have these holograms that like add out to this big costume, or I can get like, oh, these special like built-in pieces of cyberware at the mall to make myself into some wild thing. There's also the people who really go all out and get custom biosculpts to literally change their entire body to fit their favorite anime character, their favorite like video game character. You can see that it's Night City is a different city on the night of Halloween. The people here are not just humans merged with technology, but they are a vast array of every media character you've ever heard of. And beyond that, also just like there's not just, oh, there's a guy dressed as a pirate. There's a man that has like literally a ship's cannon like embedded in one arm, and he he has like this missing eye that is has like a holographic eye patch, and then like this like beard that has been set in, and he has like the incense like Blackbeard would have, but it is literally burning and will burn endlessly. The people go all out, and getting through this traffic and through this nonsense is a time consuming endeavor. You're getting close to midnight. When you reach High Road's shop, it's about 10 o'clock.
We need to be quick. Get the stuff we need. Get out.
Okay.
The man greets you and said, "Hey, what's going on, Barbara? I always got time for you. Hey, what's up,
Oh.
Chooms? Come on in."
Hello.
Is Hybrid a kindred?
No. High Road and Cough Drop are both humans.
Okay. Hey, we're doing a job. We don't have a lot of time to complete it. But we lack certain manpower. So we want to make up for it with firepower.
I mean, if you need manpower, you turn to the right person. And like goes and flexes, and you can see his arm is built that it has like special plates that like so it, like literally expands out the muscle just for show.
Oh boy.
And he's like, "Nah, I'm just playing. Come on, Jooms." And he sits down on a couch and flips the switch, and you can see Cough Drop comes out. And Cough Drop got his name because he has artificial lungs that are very old, and he refuses to change them out. So he coughs about 99% of the time. And he's like, "Hey, come on in. We got all sorts of explosives. I just got this big Militech shipment in," and he begins like showing you through as High Road is like leaning in, flirting hard with Barbara Yaga.
Yeah, I was gonna say Barbara knows nothing about these things. She's just like, okay, kids, have fun.
Oh, let me get my grocery list going.
Don't worry, mommy's paying.
Now, for this, I would actually like you to make a weapons tech check
Ooh,
for
weapons.
Gideon.
Okay.
And then can I get a basic tech check for Slipstream?
Sure thing.
That is under
Technique.
technique.
Okay, 16 for basic tech.
You said weapons tech.
Weapons tech.
Okay.
Okay. 16 again. Very nice. We got 18, 16, 16. Nice. This equipment is, like I said, this is military grade. All of it seems to be marked either from Militech or from Giraffa. Um, there's one thing that you notice from Edo Heavy Industries, but it's like this large, like linear frame that would take hours to be implanted into your body, and it's like this exosuit. You just don't have time for it.
Mhm.
Whereas um, there is a whole host of rifles, shotguns, pistols, um, but I will say for the two of you, you each have two things strike out. For Gideon, you can see that there is a surface to air rocket launcher.
Yep. Need that.
Okay. There also is what they have is a tech shotgun, which is a shotgun that fires explosive electrical charged pellets. So when it hits someone, if it doesn't kill them, it shuts down their cyberware that they have on their body.
That will be
Ooh.
amazing.
It's like being tased with a shotgun, and it's like being shot with a shotgun and tased at the same time.
Amazing.
Now, as for Slipstream, you see that they have a very high quality cyber deck that
Ooh.
you can tap into, um, but they also have a virtuality headset that it literally sets in like a helmet with an entire heads up display. Um, this is made for like the old school hackers who would literally like sit in an ice bath and like hack from half a mile away. It will extend your range by double for all of your hacks. So you don't need to be 6 meters away. You can be 12 meters away to hack something.
Nice.
You kind of see Slipstream just go for the deck, and she's like hard eyes and just like, ooh. Barbara Yaga, I just want to make sure you said you were buying.
Yes, Onishka, whatever you want. Let me talk
I'll take one of
let me
these.
talk to High Road over
One
here.
of these. Hey, that looks fun, Gideon.
I know. I'm so excited I found this thing. He's gonna try to lift it and throw it on his shoulder.
Ooh.
For could you actually for that? I'd like you to make an athletics check. It's under body.
This is not gonna end well, and I already know it. But we're here and doing it.
He's a little baby boy.
Uh huh. Athletics.
I
Oh,
love-
nice! You actually got a crit success on that.
Woo-wee.
Um,
Mama
You-
believes in you, baby. It's okay.
It's
You
funny
have the
because
gun.
Gideon just became twice as sexy to
You-
Slipstream, and just
you
like,
actually overcorrect because like you're used to your body before you are embraced, and you like pick this up and you're like, you know, when you are like gonna lift something heavy and you're like, come on, and you just like put on, but it's empty, and you just like
Yep.
just go flying. So you like and you like have to catch yourself before you flip over. And you see that like cough drop is like it has a has a super light frame, very easy to carry.
Oh, well, that's great to know now. Do you know the range and stuff on all this?
Oh yeah, and he like heads over, and he's basically coughing in your face at this point as he gets right next to you and shows you the viewfinder that like pops out and will actually go like straight as like goggles, almost like the virtuality that Slipstream wears. But they automatically target range. It goes up to 500 meters.
Okay, dope. Next question. I'm pretty sure y'all don't have it, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Do you have any phosphorus?
And you can see that at that um, High Road kind of like turns away from Barbara Yaga just long enough to be like, now that's an interesting question.
Why is it
Phosphorus.
hard to find?
Oh no, we have it, but that's not something that I'm usually asked about. So, Babajoon, What do you need phosphorus for, huh?
Well, when you want to blow something up, you want to make sure that it stays blown up.
And he like turns back toward Barbara Yaga. I'm sure we could work out a deal.
Of course.
And
You know what I'm
he's
good for and good at.
he's like 400,000 eddies. I'll give you everything.
Can I roll to haggle?
Absolutely, you can.
Because that is my thing. Okay.
So
So
what I'd like
cool.
you to do is a persuasion check, or actually, no, I'll allow a trading check.
It says cool because it's one of my abilities. So I have cool plus trading plus operator rank plus a D10.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me find where all these things are.
So if you go to social, you'll see trading.
Hmm.
If you click on trading, you add your operator rank, which for you is 3.
It says 4.
Oh, 4, excuse me. So in that case, you have a 23.
Heck yeah.
He kind of like looks around and he's like, so you gonna be free for coffee or something? You know, they have that new scent stuff you can't even tell. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. And I haven't even had a chance to wear my costume yet.
I think I could probably knock 10% off.
If you're paying for the coffee.
And he turns back to Slipstream and getting, you know, nobody has him in a vice like Barbara Yaga. All right. You got a deal.
Thank you, baby. All right, children, get your toys.
Toys gotten.
Trixie looks like a kid that was unleashed in a Toys R Us.
You can see Cough Drop is like, now, what you want to do with these is you're gonna want to make sure that you load them up. I'm fine.
I have a concern, but if you say you're fine,
I'm good.
It's
It's roll.
just the lungs. It's okay. He's okay. I pat him on the back.
And he like catches himself as he's sliding over. Okay, the ammo's over here, and he goes to sit down.
Is he
Nice.
actually okay?
Or
Or is he like literally taking his last breaths right in front of us?
he doesn't look like he's okay, but he's sticking in there. He sits down. So you guys can get those, and you can get white phosphorus rounds. They have 1 shot for the rocket launcher. Okay.
Good.
what?
As for
What
the
is-
shotgun, you have a full magazine.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
I'm gonna reach into like my big furry coat, like into the lining, and I'm gonna come out with all of the eddies and like a really nice bracelet to like supplement some of the eddies.
And you can see High Road takes it and gives you a look, but he kind of shrugs and is willing to accept it.
I have a question about the helmet. What does it do?
What does it do?
So,
Does it do
um,
anything?
What that
mechanically
helmet
what
do?
you can do, like I said, it's pairing the sniper deck and the helmet will double your range for
Oh, so
Oh,
it's like
range.
a package deal. Got it.
Yes. And then beyond that, it will also help protect you against black ice. So what it will do is if you are hacking, you can basically get like 1 free hit in from black ice without it causing any burn damage to your brain.
Okay, that's rad.
So it'll help protect your brain from being set on fire while you're hacking.
Nice.
I don't.
I
we don't need
can
that
always-
headset on fire.
It's probably for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Fire is not good for kindred.
No, that's why I got this Show up the little white phosphorus thing, whatever it is.
I get why we need firepower now.
I got the biggest.
That is why they
best
call it that.
firepower.
That's why they call it that.
Mhm.
That is very smart. I just think of like the bullets. I don't think of like the fire that makes the bullets go wah, like any of that.
Mhm. It all
'Cause-
works together.
See, you're so smart. What a smart Latachka. Okay, you have everything?
Yeah.
We got to go. We're running out of time.
Yes, we've spent enough time here as is.
Well,
Go to the van.
The bus.
The party bus.
getting to the bus, you can see that as you step in, there's as much as, and I'll say this, as much as Kitty is trying to like turn the volume off or like switch things and change it, there is still a looping message that is playing through the speakers on the bus. Oh, I look forward to seeing your daughter. This will be delicious. And the message just plays on a loop.
As we are driving for however long it takes for us to get there, could Slipstream be actively trying to do something about that loop? Just like
Absolutely.
turn it off, hack it off, whatever. Like,
Make a land vehicle tech check.
oh, no, wait. Okay. Is that under technique as well?
Mhm.
Oh, this is not going to end well for me. Yikes.
Yeah, you try desperately to hack into the bus, and like even going into a hard port, you find that like slipping your consciousness into the net here, there is a extremely powerful force shunting you out.
Ah,
Whether it's Rasputin himself or someone he employs, this is net running beyond anything you've ever seen before. And he's using it just to taunt you.
Can I just pull the speaker out?
Oh yeah. It's
Just gets like fed up and just like punch through it or something.
yeah, you begin
I'll
like
just replace it.
ripping the speakers out of the bus. It's the only thing that seems to actually work.
Hmm.
Being a party bus, there's a lot of speakers.
I just have this
Just,
image of Barbara Yaga just ripping through speakers the entire drive.
She's like, I will replace them, and like punches through them.
Kitty can't do anything about it because she's driving.
I mean,
I'm good
Just-
for it. I can replace.
No, but like she's in the driver's seat, so she can't actively stop you. That's
and all I can just hear her screaming though, like in her own tone.
I like to imagine that she's just revving her chainsaw to try to drown out the noise.
That is some very weird music.
Yes. Now, I mean, in Night City, like it's about right.
The revving of a chainsaw and a dude repeating something creepy about his daughter over and over. That's
Yeah.
like a very specific kind of like
no.
only in the deepest, darkest recesses of some
That's
No,
not
I
true.
feel like
BDSM bathhouse.
that could happen. You know. I mean, I listen to enough Frank Zappa to know that like shit like that could happen. Okay,
That's fair.
so as you arrive at Night City University, the last place that this message got out, where you'd been taunted to go. City is large parts of it are still winding up for their Halloween parties, which will go well into the early hours of the evening. But there's the younger crowd has already turned in for the night. A lot of people are going back to their homes. You know, you can send, I mean, most people won't send their kid around, but like you can send groups around like a mega building and go to like a few hundred doors to get candy. So people aren't like walking the streets anymore at this point. If you're partying, you're at the party. So the traffic clears out as much as it can. The university is a brightly lit glass and steel stadium dome with a red pallor over the sky. It casts this light down on it that almost gives the impression as if the whole building was covered in blood. At the front entrance, you can see that the double doors leading into the well, the tech side of the building, if you will, the buildings that Slipstream and Gideon or Voicebox are most familiar with. The doors are completely blasted off the hinges, as if someone threw a grenade at them. And there is a trail of bodies leading deeper into the classrooms.
Oh, goody.
Students or
Um,
Make-
are
looking
they
at
all
them,
young?
I'll tell you what. Make it just a perception check. That'll be under awareness. Okay. You begin to look, and thankfully, they do not seem to be students. Most of them look almost paramilitary. They're, you know, they're all adults, probably in their mid 20s to maybe mid 30s. Some of them in bulletproof vests, some of them in, simple like dark clothing. Almost all of them holding weapons of some sort. Some of them have exposed like giant mantis blades, like the cyberware ripping out of their arms. Other ones have rifles in their hands or pistols like that have fallen and are at their feet. All of them, you can see, are missing their heads. And I don't mean that the head is cut off, I mean it is gone. It is only when you get to the actual computer sciences wing, like when you're in the lab itself, that familiar rows and rows of data centers and hard ports where young techs and netrunners learn their trade, that you recognize any of them. You see Minerva on the ground, and she has a stake right in her chest, almost pinning her to the floor. And with this Herculean effort, you can see that she turns her eyes to look at you, still alive, but in a state of deep torpor.
I'm gonna run over and rip out the thing, the
Take-
stake.
Taking the stake out, she looks at you. I just wanted to. I just wanted the prince to stop.
Stop what?
All of it. He just he he said that it was all broken and corrupt, and I like to fix broken things. I just wanted to
Where,
fix it.
where did they go?
And you can see that, as you're saying, that the like desks push hard out of the way. And at the far end of the room, there's this very tall man in these like dark robes, one that you can all quickly recognize. His long beard and all black, but his eyes are completely black. They are gone. What you might first assume are these round lens glasses are actually implants replacing his eyes, and he looks at you with this horrid smile. Next to him is a younger woman, uh, teenager at most, maybe. And you can see that both of her arms and her legs are completely replaced with these like long metal extensions that seem to writhe out and extend out about 15 yards and push the desks aside and then slink back into their normal size. A cyber psycho, but under his control. And for Barbara, the dread begins to fill you as you recognize this young girl instantly as your niece, Anastasia. And Rasputin, welcome, my friends. So interesting that we would come here to a place of learning. Now I can teach you. Go ahead. Go ahead and ask. I can feel it at your minds.
Why? Why go through all this trouble?
Oh, disappointing. I figured it would be obvious, my friends. Think of all of the terrible things that people have done. Not just us, kindred. Humans. The Tsar. He was a man who just had everything, the world, power. He had it in his hands, and you know what he did? Squabbled with his cousins for nothing. They fought over nothing. His own family. Do you know how many millions died in the First World War? Over some fool. Yes. And then after that, death after death, war after war. For land, for religion, for money, for pussy, for power, for nothing. All of it. Smoke in the fucking wind. We are better than them. Let them see what we are. Let them come for us. You hide behind these rules like they make you safe. And yet, and he points over to Slipstream, your father. Oh, he reminds me of Nicholas so much. Arasaka's learning some things. They're beginning to develop Soul Killer, a way to keep your consciousness alive forever. A way for people to become like kindred. And what does he do? He sets off a nuclear fucking bomb in the middle of downtown. Look how weak and ridiculous they are. This is what you defend? And this one, and he points to Minerva, disappointment. She was helping me. And then she has moral conundrum now? Commit. We are evil. We are the sons of Cain. Let us fucking murder. Come on. It's already set. The fuse is lit. At midnight, the whole world finds out what you are.
There's a lot more of them than there are of us, though.
Nothing. Do you know how many ants there are in the world, and yet I still crush them under my boot. And you, daughter, and he points to Barbara Yaga, you disappoint me most of all.
Well, at least
Nicholas, all of them they fall. And you, I give you such a gift and you waste it.
we have that in common, Grigori. You see, you are also a disappointment. Finding out that it was you who made me this way, it's just another one of your sycophantic ploys to find somebody with actual power to leech off of. No wonder it is you who does this. You are not content to just be one of the rabble. You think you have the actual power. So you go after the people who have the power. You are an ant. You always were. My sister might have been foolish, but I am not so foolish. I don't even pay attention to ants. What will I care for crushing them?
Yes, you know she begged before the end.
As he is addressing Barbara Yaga directly, can I attempt to sneak away?
Absolutely, you can.
Because
So
I am tired of this guy's evil monologuing and have spaced out and want to do something else like
make a
uh,
stealth check.
hacker ADHD. Okay, let's see. Where's that? Where's my stealth check?
It's under body.
I knew that. Here we go.
Oh yeah, with a 19, you slip away his all of his focus on Barbara, and you can see that the woman by his side, Anastasia, she stands there waiting to be told what to do. She doesn't notice you at all, or if she does, she makes no gesture to try and follow you. But you can slip out. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
Um, I would like to find a place. Um, okay, so you said my new gear doubles the distance, right? I
Mhm.
just want like a quiet place outside of this room that we are currently in to hide, or maybe like a different room, like the next room over or something, like just to hide.
Well, luckily, the as part of the courses here, the server room for the university is next to this classroom.
Okay.
Um,
That's convenient. I'd like to hide in there.
It's probably nice and chilly too.
Oh yeah.
yes, definitely.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna hide in there with all of the beautiful tech that is clearly better than people. Okay, that's where I'm gonna hide.
Hiding in the server room, you you pretty successfully slip away. You can see that at this point, Rasputin is just taunting Barbara Yaga, going back and forth. What is Gideon doing?
Gideon's trying to keep his cool right now. He's debated on grabbing his shotgun with the special rounds and blasting the psycho. Um, but he's more waiting for them to either actually get physical or threaten himself or any of the other ones.
See that Rasputin just leans back, those hollow, just black lenses that have replaced his eyes, kind of like they seem to almost absorb light. But he looks to the two of you. Yes. No, I think that you all just have this great idea of what being a kindred truly is. I was already one when I came to the Tsar. I have been
Are
for a long time.
are there like any um are the heads like around us too, or we haven't even seen any of the heads from outside?
You haven't even seen any. Like they're just
They're
gone.
just gone still. Okay.
And as actually speaking to that, as he's like talking, you can see that at the very far end of the room, there's like a slight groan of one of the members of Minerva's little family, like the end. I mean, like her literal family, but also like this just group that you had traveled with and that you had met. He leans up, and he still has his head, but his body is riddled with bullets. And he like has his own shotgun that he like turns and is like trying desperately to aim the barrel at Rasputin, who looks to him and holds a hand up and waves it. And you can see that there's a flash of light in the little lenses of his eyes, and the man's head he leans back and his head explodes off the top of his body as he hacks the man's cyberware and blows it up from inside, taking his head off.
But he turns around to do this.
It's
To look
just
at
a
this man?
brief moment, but yes, he does. And I was over Gideon, you realize you have cyberware right around your neck. Nice
Mm-hmm.
little voice box setter in. That would probably do a lot of damage if that overloaded.
Yeah, just probably.
But
Well, shit.
for a split second, he is not looking at you. So what are y'all doing?
Uh, he, oh fuck me. Okay, this just got intense for me, dude.
I mean,
Okay, I'm gonna try to throw a flashbang. I think because I have one left. Because we
Okay.
need to get out of that area.
Everyone roll initiative.
Yay! My favorite part.
here we go.
It's okay. This. All right. So we'll do this real fast. So for Barbara Yaga, we have a 16. A lot of 16s. For Gideon, we have a 13. For Slipstream, we have a 15. We have a gentleman's 14 for our friend Rasputin. And for Anastasia, oh, terrible. Terrible. We have a 9. So first up, I'm going to say is you can see Gideon, and I will actually let you do this as the beginning of initiative. So you toss this flashbang, and as it's in the midair, Barbara, what would you like to do?
I want to shoot him in the fucking head.
Okay, make a shot.
It's the handgun, right? That counts as my psychic bullets.
Yeah.
Take the shot.
Okay. You go and focus your mind, and your anger is clear and rings out as you fire, and it hits him. So go ahead and roll the damage on that.
Where is the damage?
If you go to your
Oh, I see here. So I think I just rolled the handgun check. I didn't roll.
Okay, so what you want to do is go to your weapons a little down, and you'll see psychic bullets. Just click attack. Okay, still hits, and you do 13 damage. And remember, you get to make 2 of those attacks per turn. I
yeah.
believe, yes. Oh, both of them. Yeah, your anger rings out. as you literally call upon this psychic energy that manifests as his wounds open up along the side of his body. And as it hits the side of his head and like around his shoulders, you see that underneath a thin layer of synthetic skin is all metal. He's had a lot of cyberware installed. Um, Fantastic. Do you want to stay there? Or do you want to get any closer?
Um, I'm going to stay at the distance, stand my ground.
Love it. I'll
But
say
yeah,
at this
as soon
moment,
as-
the flash grenade is going to ring out, and I have to have them make their resist. I think it's resist torture or drugs check for a flash grenade. Going to double check. Oh, I got it. I got it. Oh, I'm doing the wrong step block. Hang on. That one is on.
No,
me.
do the wrong one. Do the wrong one.
I rolled the same thing. I literally rolled the same exact thing.
Oh, good.
Okay,
think.
so he goes out and it flashes, and the flashbang does not seem to phase Rasputin at all. Anastasia, you see immediately like rings as she's like her head begins swing and she like starts like moving. She can. It seems like the noise doesn't affect her as much as the light. She does not have the cyber eyes, so she is blinded right now and cannot see you guys. But after Barbara is going to be Slipstream. You hear it immediately begin to pop off in the next room. So what would you like to do?
Can I, from where I am in the next room over, kind of get the lay of the land in terms of cybernetics and weapons maybe that I can potentially hack into?
There's plenty that you can hack. Like here in the server room, you
Yeah.
can get into any hard line that's in the actual classroom.
It's a
Uh,
school full of weapons.
No, but what I
This-
mean is if there's stuff popping off, like I specifically want to figure out, if Rasputin has like a gun or something I can hack to mess with or
So I
his
will
equipment.
say, just using virtuality, you can see that he doesn't seem to have any guns on him, but he has a lot of cyberware. This man is loaded up. His arms, his legs, his lungs, his ears, his eyes. Like he is
I
completely
mean, we
chromed
cut
out.
up a lot of his body. His dick is in a museum.
Thank you for that.
It is. It is in a museum.
I kind of want to start with like what I, in my area of expertise, would deem to be the easiest thing to hack and work my way up in difficulty just to mess with this guy.
I would say his cyber limbs would probably be the easiest.
Okay, so what I would like to do is get in there and use. I'm gonna get a little bit fancy here. What was it? Can I just um can I just zap his cyber legs?
Okay. So what I'll
Or
say
just
is
like attack his cyber legs to mess
you
with
have
him?
2 net actions. So you use the first one to drop into the net itself as
Yeah.
you like psychically like link your mind to the net. For your second one, you can use zap. So definitely just see if you can res the program. So make a I'll tell you what, make just a basic tech check for me.
Okay.
I would also allow a cyber tech check.
Let me see. They're both the same. What would be the difference? What does cybertech specifically do that basic tech?
That's like
Oh.
cyberware technology.
Let's try that.
That'll definitely work. 23 plus 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
As he's focused on like taking out this other man and like though he doesn't seem disoriented by the flashbang, it's not like it's a delightful little fun surprise. Like it, he catches him off guard enough that you shunt your mind into the net, and your avatar like quickly moves through the different hard lines. Most hackers in Night City like are not able to open up to like just like they have to actually physically plug into like different networks. You, especially modified by this new cyber deck and helmet, reach out into the classroom, grab essentially one of his legs and yank it free. And you can also see like as he's like turning back, his left leg suddenly locks up and doesn't move. He does not seem to be able to do anything. It's essentially just a straight metal like prosthetic that he can't like even bend at the knee anymore. Okay, but that'll be your two net actions.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm good. I'm chilling. Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a way for me to see what's going on in the other room? Could I get myself a visual? Maybe not this turn, but I am
I would
curious.
say on your turn, like beyond your virtuality, you could try and get into one of the cameras to get a much better look.
Yeah, I just want to have my teams back and know what's going on with them. But yeah.
Well, next would be Rasputin himself, who will turn back and he smiles widely and he's like, "Go ahead," as he like speaks to Anastasia, but he reaches out with his hand and like points over at Gideon. I need you to make a resist torture / drugs check for me.
Oh boy. Where is that? Is that under
Under
fighting?
body.
Under
Under
mind? Body.
Body.
Okay.
Body, yada, yada.
Oh Lord. This is not gonna end well. Yeah, that's about as what I expected.
You feel this intense like buzzing sensation at your throat where you have the actual voice box that is your namesake implanted. It begins to burn like very, very badly. You are going to, ignoring all of your armor, take 6 damage.
Oh yay.
As he begins to hack into you, and you can feel it like getting hotter
Oh,
and like buzzing and shocking you. Okay.
Oh, goody goody.
Next would be Gideon.
Gideon is going to take out his special shotgun and he's gonna try to blast Rasputin with it.
Go for it.
Ugh, nope.
Okay. And then what I would like you to do is make a second one because we're going to redo the damage because this is it's kind of going to work similar to advantage.
Okay.
For those of you who are fans of Cyberpunk and Vampire, we're playing very fast and loose with the combat rules. Okay,
better
so
damage?
21 damage. So your muscles tense up as you feel this like intense pain, but it's enough for you to whip the new shotgun out and fire, and it hits him broadside in the chest, and he like actually stumbles back. You see this like huge metal spike rip out from his spine and like a tripod like catch him before he hits the ground and like pushes him back up, and like it like retracts back into his flesh. And he's like, whoa. His whole like black robes and like almost like priestly garments are like ripped open and partially on fire as they're zapping him. And I'm gonna roll to see what cyberware you deactivate. As his right arm, the one that's holding the hack on you, fails.
Oh good.
good.
You no longer feel that same burning sensation.
Which
You're
of his
like-
legs is locked?
Tug out
his
his
left.
neck a little bit. Tug out his neck. It's like, oh, all right, good. Now I
And-
can do a little bit more.
He does the hokey pokey.
Yep.
He cannot turn himself around. And that's really what it's all about, you guys. Immobilizing him.
he like looks at you. Very good. um, anything else you'd like to do? You want to stay there?
I'm gonna move over to one of the walls, preferably whatever the class. I didn't see which way the classroom was, but the opposite wall from
Okay.
where the Trixie went into.
Okay. Next to be Anastasia, which she like leaps forward at top speed, and her legs like extend out, and you can see she's blinded, but her arms actually extend out into these long, almost like whips of like just sheer metal trying to hit anything. But she's going to have a huge minus to this hit, trying to just slap Barbara Yaga because she's barreling right in your direction. Um, Not even close. She like extends out, but blinded by the flashbang, she can't even come close to hitting you. There's this explosions of sound as she's like smashing into data ports and like knocking desks aside. The damage is enough that you can see that this is not a child filled with cyberware. This is completely a robot that has been biosculpted to look like Anastasia. Um,
Oh, I can tell it's not actually her.
yeah, she is basically like ripping apart like a Terminator right now, trying to get to you. Speaking of which, next is Barbara Yaga.
I'm going to like notice this about her, and I'm gonna look at Coterie. Another one of your cheap tricks, and I'm gonna fucking shoot at him again.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, let's see. That's the first one,
Okay.
and the second. Pretty good shots, but not great damage.
Yeah, you fire and it's like hitting against him, but you can see that like his dense cyberware is shrugging off most of this. Um, he's just like roars, like trying to shunt his body forward, but like I said, his left leg is locked up and his right arm is like completely useless. Um, he's as much a wild animal, like in just tragic motion as this robot that he's sent after you.
Uh, I want to move as well. So wherever the wild robots is thrashing about, um, is there like something on the other side of the room that I can kind of partially get behind?
Yeah,
like
you can.
computer setups, desks, that kind of thing. I want to
Yeah.
see if I can make myself not a visual for him.
Okay. And then next would be Slipstream.
I would like to get that visual into the other room
Okay.
for
For
my
this,
first action.
it's so simple. I won't even require a check. There's plenty of security cameras you can just link into as one of your net actions. You can see this Rasputin. Just he's trying to get closer, but he seems completely almost unaffected by how much damage he's taking. He most likely has a pain editor or some other cyberware to prevent him from feeling anything. He's laughing and taunting. This Anastasia robot is whipping around at top speed. He just basically looks like he's trying to do as much damage as possible and stall.
Um, would I have to use Pathfinder to know exactly the layout of where what all of his cybernetics do, or can I guess? Can I guess what his stuff does?
You can I'd say get all the most important stuff. Like I said, he has both of his arms and legs are cyberware. His lungs, his eyes, his inner ears. He also has something in his throat. Something that commonly referred to as a cyber snake that he can basically like spit a snake at you guys. That is like a robot snake.
Oh.
This guy he's basically Adam Smasher. He's like 96% robot at this point.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I can do to be the most annoying. um, I am. I am. Can I just attack his right arm and try to essentially blow it out? Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do with my second action.
I would love that. I'll tell you what, make an electronic security tech check for me, please.
Should you get
Okay.
anything extra because it's already deactivated?
I'm gonna count that towards this.
Okay. Electronic security tech. Hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, you go, and as much as he has tried to overload everyone's cyberware here, with his arm down, you see that it has this complex series of like net pings in it. These almost that allow him to like send like a mixture of like radio signals and like Wi-Fi signals to hack remotely. It is wild, impressive tech. Something that is decades before its time. You turn that directly against him as you send signals to like straight through that via your psychic energy, and it just ignites every little servo motor in his arm to have it burst into flames, and his entire right side catches fire as like the arm detaches, and you can see like the fake flesh like melting away as he's like still trying to step towards you all, like missing an arm and on fire.
Yes. Um, and then I kind of want to send I don't know how it works. Can I send comms through to my team through their agents?
Yeah, I would allow that.
I'm just gonna send a text to Gideon that says survive and I'll buy you dinner.
Yeah.
Well, next is going to be Rasputin as he turns to all of you.
Not all of us. I'm not there.
Well, the two of you. It is so delicious that you think you're making a difference. These humans, they will never understand you. They will hunt you. Kill them first. And he like lifts up his other arm to try and like send out that same hacking signal. But with all the cyber that's going on, I'm actually going to have him make a quick check to see if this is going to work or not. Yeah, that would be appropriate. That one, okay, that's about what I expected, and it's going to explode out to -9. So he sends a signal, and you see there's like, and his cyber snake explodes in his throat, blowing his own head off instantly, and he just and hits the ground. The Anastasia robot just shuts down and like slaps and hits the ground like useless metal. It is quiet.
Okay. There's
It is.
nothing going on though.
I
For a
don't
brief-
trust that.
For a brief moment, as a message is sent to each of your agents, and it says, predictable. Did you not think I had a dead man switch? And you can see at an incredible speed, a few thousand articles flood the net about the existence of vampires in Night City. Everywhere, all at once. The net is well aware of the identity, location, name, picture of every single vampire in Night City.
Is there any way for me to intercept this as it's like when it starts going? How can I do something about this?
It moves at an intense speed. even if you could catch any of this, it's being sent out from hundreds of relays across the net on countless sites. I would like you to please make a cyber tech check, and I would actually like Gideon to do the same.
I'm gonna
goody.
cry. I did not think that. I did not think that. I did not think about that. Okay. Okay.
You try desperately from the server room to begin raking in some of this data, and you can see that it, like a virus, it's almost multiplying. Like people are grabbing it and sharing it and moving it across Ziggurat to this social media and moving this and changing this and posting this and putting up videos. But then you notice something strange. The comments begin coming in. People saying, we've had the Philharmonic Vampire since 2020. And then you see comments like, oh yeah, like my dad's a vampire, whatever. And then people being like, oh yeah, check out my new vampire signal. And then you see people posting pictures of them like grabbing someone off the street and wasting them and dropping them. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers. And like you see this huge, incredible spread of information as all of Night City, the entire world, learns of the existence of vampires and thinks it's the coolest shit that they've ever heard of. And there's a huge clamoring as to how to become one.
Honestly, this is about what I would have expected.
I think that's actually where we should wrap up for today.
In today's day and age, yeah, for sure. Everybody would much rather be a vampire.
I immediately get on social media.
I painstakingly teach Baba Yaga about social media.
Well, I know about social media. I just
No,
can't
but like
write anything.
But like I teach her how to use it.
I will say
Everything is emojis.
before we
picture.
begin.
And gifts. So Baba Yaga, like social media is like a millennial.
Yeah.
Gifts and emojis.
I will
Yeah,
say
she doesn't
before we
write
do
anything.
outros, I'd actually like to go each of you in the coming days and weeks. This revelation, the loss of the masquerade, begins to affect Night City and the nation at large. The net is when you can go to the mall and have actual, metal fangs implanted in your mouth, when you can get legs that make you an instant track star if you've never walked a day in your life, if you can get all the cyberware you could ever possibly imagine, being a vampire is, well, at this point, it's not that big a deal anymore. For Gideon, this is an interesting revelation. Minerva is able to be pulled out of torpor, barely. She will take weeks, if not months, to recover. Her mistakes, her quiet support of this shadowy figure who came to her is a wound that she will carry for the rest of her life, whether or not any physical wounds on her heal. She has nothing but apologies for you.
She can apologize 100 times over, nothing's gonna happen.
The remaining survivors, and there is not many of Minerva's group, become nomads. They head east, hoping to find a new place to settle. Night City, like so many others, has chewed them up and spit them out. And for Gideon Gowd, for men who had so much to accomplish and was almost taken down in his prime, you are at your prime.
Sweet.
For Slipstream, your challenges are different from the others. Morgan Blackhand is obviously furious, but his fear and embarrassment have him utter, for probably the first time you've ever heard since you've been embraced by him, that he is sorry. He underestimated it. Rasputin and whatever he did is not ideal, and he steps down as Prince of Night City.
I feel like Trixie, when they have that discussion initially, she does feel bad that she didn't figure out the dead man switch and how that was all gonna go down. She kind of got too excited with the new toys and the taking some big bad guy out, you know. So they have a nice conversation about that.
And he speaks to you, daughter. I think you made the same mistake I did. I saw Adam Smasher on that building. The one thing between me and trying to protect Camarilla, protect my friends. And I did hit the switch. And I killed 500,000 people instantly. You did the right thing. I don't know who Night City's new prince is going to be, but they're going to need a net runner to understand this new world. I already feel like a relic.
You don't have to go anywhere. I can help you understand.
Well, we'll see if you can teach an old dog new tricks.
I taught Barbara Yaga.
Now that is impressive.
Besides, they'll underestimate me. Rasputin did.
Yes.
We can use that to our advantage.
And your future in Night City is yet to be decided, but you also you can have your nice dinner with Gideon, but despite having to stay in the dark, for the two of you, your future is bright. As for Barbara Yaga, you also have very different challenges. The Camarilla is in tatters. They have no clue. Every Anarch is instantly vindicated. Every Camarilla is suddenly at a loss. No new Inquisition, at least for the time being, comes with the revelation of the existence of vampires. The Kindred are in disarray, and Night City is at the pinnacle of it. But after a quick survey, Barbara Yaga is the oldest vampire in Night City. And its prince just stepped down.
Maybe Sarina's not the correct title for me. Perhaps I'll try Prince.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we will wrap up for today. I want to thank my amazing players for being here. We will make let's see, I'll talk to Allie and see what we have at the end for Kitty. But this has been absolutely super awesome to do. This was a bit of a story that I've been going back and forth on. I've been trying to keep most of the details very fluid, so I just wanted to react to how you guys would be, because I knew I had a very, very brilliant and chaotic group. And I also wanted, to work with Alternate Archives. So I want to thank like everyone. There's too many people, but it has been a absolute delight to do this for the channel. Like I said, I know the second they went live with their first stream of what AEA was going to be, I was like, yeah, but when are you going to have guest DMs? I want to be on this. And just wouldn't shut up about it, because I believe very strongly in harboring a uh, a home and a community, community space for DMs and players and those in the TTRPG space. And this has just been a dream come true to do this. So I hope you guys liked Red Masquerade. It was a silly idea I had because I jokingly said, "What if I did Night City by night?" Um, and it worked out. So I'm very happy with it. We do have plans, very tenuous, nebulous plans for maybe more Red Masquerade if people want it. But in the
Yes,
meantime,
please.
I will I will let my amazing players we'll go around and say who you are, what you're working on, where people can find you, all that good stuff. Why don't we go the other direction? So we'll start please tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
Hello, everybody. I am Ina Coffin. I've been Barbara Yaga, and this was super, super fun. Thank you to Alec, to my wonderful husband. This has been a very exciting, fun story, and an excuse to use my favorite accent to speak around the house in. And it's been so much fun. I've enjoyed playing with everybody. I am a TTRPG artist. I do commissioned art. I only have a couple slots left for art before Christmas. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Ina_Coffin, Koffen, like it is above my head here. I now have a Hive and a Tumblr, and there they don't let you do underscores, so it's just Ina Coffin. So I could be found there. But other than that, I just help Alec with whatever he needs help with
Yeah.
and exist to love everybody in the space. That is
I
all.
guess it's my turn.
Yes.
Yay! Hi, I'm Anne. You can find me on Twitter at exo_girlwonder. I will probably be on there until Twitter dies, so just find me there. I have the week off from my streams because Americans decided to have Thanksgiving. Cool. But
Yeah, colonizers.
on on Mondays, I am over at Girls Run These Worlds running a Good Society campaign called Regency Remix Tangled Web, which is like if you had a sitcom set in the Regency era. It is a totally hilarious story with a totally hilarious cast. Um,
It
and
is
then
hilarious.
and then on Thursdays, I play a Power Ranger on my friend Matt's channel, twitch.tv slash GM_X_MG. I play an overworked student athlete, college student who is also a Power Ranger. It is super fun and very self-indulgent, fan inserty, like my childhood dreams. And then on Fridays, I play another Power Rangers campaign called Power Rangers Solar City, which is an all new, completely original setting by my friend Ben over at twitch.tv slash Bardic Inspiration Network. That's on Fridays. Yeah, and I will post about the times and the specifics on my Twitter for when that comes up. So just check me out over there. Alec, thank you so much for having me in this game. This is the most amazing thing I've ever done. And please let's do this again because I love it. I am invested and sold, and I want to see what Barbara Yaga does as the Prince of Night City. I rule.
Thank you for saying that.
And I
very
learned
sweet.
social media,
Yes.
but not how to read.
And then
Hello, everybody. I am Skagwater RPG. You can find me all over the interwebs under that. And tonight was a very, very fun night. Thank you, Alec. This was amazing. I am so happy that I was a part of this. I cannot wait to hopefully do it again sometime. Uh, and you can also find me on a lot of other places on Monday nights. Right now, I am actually being a bunker master for a Bunkers and Badasses campaign over on Rainbows and Razor Blades. And you can also find me on Dice Drop Evolution, a Mutants and Masterminds actual play podcast. So, where I play Michael Malibu. And I finally just got my last power, so I'm so excited right now.
Hell
Nice.
yeah. Hell yeah. No, this is like I said, this has been an absolute delight to GM for you guys. This is a really awesome crew, and I really love Cyberpunk Red. I really love Vampire the Masquerade. Mostly, I love you guys.
Well, I really
But
love you.
but I am
And I love you
Alec
guys
Azzam.
too.
I am Alec Azzam, a pro DM purveyor of all things homebrew. I right now I run about 15 games a week, but I'm actually looking to take on a few more. Um, Beyond that, I also write a ton of homebrew. You might have seen on my Ko-fi, I released a book of 100 subclasses for 5e, another book of 100 ancestries, lineages, and player races for 5e, and just on Sunday this week, I released a book of 100 spells for 5e. So if you like D&D, but you're like, what if there was 300 more options? You can check out those books. They're just a few bucks each. And I also am about to release some more stuff on Ko-fi, so keep an eye out for that. I'm on Twitter, Hive, Twitch, Tumblr, Instagram, all sorts of different shit. You can see my links through my Twitter. I'm holding a dog right now, which is very
Biba!
that's exciting.
She needs
And
surgery.
yes, she needs surgery. So buy my books.
Yeah.
Buy my books.
Buy all the
It's-
books.
she
Look at
needs
how
surgery
cute.
right here.
She's
right here.
very small.
But again, thank you all so much. I'd say stream wise, I do stream a few times a week right now on alternate Tuesdays. I am a player on my channel for the Squid Menace, which is a 5e campaign hosted by Mattman DH, who is a great DM and a great friend. On Thursdays, I either do Curious Creations with Sea Lever Art, where I homebrew live on air and Chris illustrates live on air. And by the end, we have something pretty incredible, either a fun NPC or, like the last time we rolled a couple D100s and made one of my subclasses with one of the lineages. And we made an Otter Folk merchant domain cleric. So it's a little otter merchant guy. So come on, you gotta watch that being drawn live on air. And I alternate that next week. The first will be the final episode of Redemption VA's Cyberpunk Red actual play. What's Yours Is Mine, where I play Fireball, who is an absolutely ridiculous tech. So if you want to watch me die, watch that next week, because it's not going to go well. I am certain it's not going to go as well as it did for this. So yes, I believe that that's everything.
Happy Thanksgiving to the Americans.
Those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. Happy Wednesday evening to everybody.
Yes. Thank you all. And I can just, we'll exit on some maniacal laughter. We'll just keep doing that, I think.